because I had created those 30 million different scenarios in my mind and I was making some bad conclusions. Sup? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment in Time with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. I'm super excited that you're with me. But you know my question. Did you bring somebody with you? Did you give this to 3 people the last time? Did you put the big fella to work? All right. You know, this is the moment where I let you into my business a little bit, by telling stories that'll help maybe you overthinkers and perfectionists take the next step with clarity and confidence towards your goals, ending that cycle of self-doubt and frustration. All right. So I want us to talk through this. I want us to think through this. Have you thought about a bunch of, let me exaggerate this big, 30 million different scenarios in your mind for some certain situations? And if you're honest, did you get one of the scenarios right that you created in your head? I'm gonna be honest. I've created 30 million scenarios and not one of them was what happened. Maybe you're better than me. Maybe at least 1 or 2 of those were, those are the ones, right? But in most cases, you create all these scenarios in your head that actually never happen. And guess what? You've been thinking on the problem so long, you're exhausted. You've been thinking about it so long, you have no energy once the reality proves to be different than what was in your head. So I need us to get out of our heads and stop thinking about it and go verify the truth. Yeah, I need to go verify the truth. Tell you why? Got a story. So this was some years ago, and anybody who knows me knows that me and my brother are tight. Like, that's my man. It's like, you want some smoke from either side, say something crazy about my brother. Like, now, my sister in there too now, but this is specifically about my brother. And there was a point in time that our relationship actually wasn't that good. It wasn't that good in the regards of I left to go to college, he left to go to college, and we were trying to figure out how to be brothers and men together as young men trying to figure their way through the world, right? He got a chance to go to Texas and, go some places west, and I got to go west and back in the Midwest. Like, we had some different experiences and we were coming together post-graduation trying to have a relationship. And it just wasn't working. Like, it wasn't working for a little bit, at least on my end. Let me say that. Let me not put this on him, because I had created those 30 million different scenarios in my mind and I was making some bad conclusions. I was making some horrible conclusions, right? And so there was a trip I took to Texas actually to go see him. And something happened, like the phone wasn't working. Now, this is before everybody had cell phones and there were towers all over the place. It was something weird where we got our wires crossed. And the moment we got our wires crossed from a miscommunication perspective, I didn't conclude it, jumped off all in the deep end emotionally. That he don't want a relationship. We ain't trying to be this way. I knew I should have stayed home. I'm going in to the point I called my mama sounding like this. I'm grown now. I'm in my 20s, good job, everything. In my 20s. I'm whining and, crying in my heart because I'm like, he don't want this. Best thing my mom could have told me. She says, hey, here's what you need to do. You just have to talk to him and just confirm, is that what he's thinking? In my head, I'm like, what do I need to confirm for? I just told you what he's thinking. And she was like, yeah, I get all that. I need you to confirm what he's thinking. It still was foreign to me because I'm like, I didn't create these 30 million different scenarios in my head. Let me be clear. I know what he's thinking because his realm of possibility can't jump outside of the 30 million ones I got. He ain't that good to be 30 million in one. She said, just verify that that's what he's thinking. Well, listen to my mom, and I called my brother, still on the same trip, told him how I was feeling. He was like, nah, doc, that ain't even close to what I was thinking. And he was like, boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, all the energy of that scenario of him not wanting a relationship just went away. all of his action about the phone was a miscommunication. So when I verified the reality, he was committed as much as I was to us having a relationship as men. Just as committed. And because of that commitment, he and I are like this. We are super tight. That's my dude. But there was a moment that I had created so much stuff in my head and I was unwilling to verify it because the story I told myself, I was more comfortable with that than the reality was that had I not had somebody interrupt my thinking, I don't know that me and my brother are that tight to this day. I mean, something very simple. And see, somebody is in their mind believing that the last thing that you screwed up, the last mistake that you made, or the thing that you didn't do to the level you want to do, somehow you've used that to indict your character, indict your qualification for greatness in your life. Actually, that mistake that you made actually qualifies you for the greatness in your life. So that indictment that you're trying to give yourself actually needs to be flipped. That mistake, that disappointment, that lesson that you learned qualifies you for the greatness that's ahead. And I need you to get out of your head. I need you to get out of the prison that you're creating in your mind. I need you to get out of that because it's going to keep you from experiencing the beauty of what's in this reality for you, the greatness that's before you. It will keep you from that if you stay here. If you stay in the prison. Had I stayed in my prison, one of the most valuable relationships that I have, I would not have been able to experience it. Because I would have told myself a story that now I would have built in a false reality of what it was, so I had to take action. It was very simple. I picked up the phone. And the action that some of you all need to take is very simple. It's actually not hard. To verify reality, to verify your 30 million scenarios, it's actually very simple to verify. But some of you all are afraid that if you have to verify that you actually weren't right, that you're gonna feel a little foolish, that you done built up all this energy for nothing. You done wasted all this time for nothing. But I'm gonna promise you, for me, one of the most valuable relationships that I have on the planet, I am so happy. I am so thankful that I went and verified that my reality was false. And I need you to go verify that the reality in your mind that has you imprisoned off of negativity is false. It's not real. And when you verify that, the reality will actually be safer than your mind. I want you to live in that space. I want you to live in the safety of being in the moment with people that believe in you, that support you, and understand that they want to see you get to what you believe here, what you feel here. They believe it, they see it, they want to help you get to it, but I need you to go verify so you can tell yourself a new story. I need you to go verify so you can get out your mind. I need you to go verify so then the reality that you live in will be the safest place, because in your mind is creating a prison. Listen, here's all I want you to do this week. All I want you to do this week. Book now. Tell me this face to face. You see the link in the bio. Hit that. Or put in the comments and just let me know. Aaron, I verified that I was wrong. It's okay. And I verified that I was wrong, and I'm glad that I was wrong. Do you understand how glad I am that I was wrong about my brother? Verify the reality and see if it links up to what your mind says. And if it don't link up, it's cool. Because now you get a chance to do something else. That goal is that much closer. That dream is that much better. That relationship is that much closer. Those things are so much closer if we just simply go and verify reality. Here's what I need you to do too. Give this to 3 people. Let them know they need to go verify reality. Get out their heads. Stop placing emotional trauma on other people and just go ahead and go figure out what's really going on. And when we figure out what's really going on, we get a chance to have better relationships, be able to move faster towards our goals and dreams, and to be able to live a life that we've only seen in our minds, but can be the reality in which we live in. Do me a favor, get this to 3 people. Don't you be selfish. You put in the comments or click book now so we can see face to face. So you can tell me, Aaron, I verified this, I was wrong, and I'm so happy. You can tell me specifically yourself what it was. And the last thing I want you to remember is just because you started out on this journey to get better, it doesn't mean that you weren't already good. So until then,